Welcome to the shenanigans, everybody. Everyday KT number 167. Today, we're talking about the importance, the absolute necessity that you tell people what it is that you do. You have, if you're going to be successful, you have absolutely no choice but to let people know what you do. Doesn't matter how. There's a million different ways, but you have to tell them. You are a sporn maker, buy from Leatherworks. You're a kilt maker, like any of the millions of them that we use, or hundreds that we use. You are a real estate broker. You are a carpet installer. You are a contractor. You are a lab tech. It doesn't matter. You are in sales. Most of the time, you never know. Hey, Dave, thanks. Hey, before I get into it, Dave, how are we doing on the no smoking? I want to check in with you real quick. Make sure we're still on the right path. Hey, Joe. Kevin, Angela. So, no smoking. Awesome, Dave. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. That's awesome. For those of you who don't know, Dave stopped smoking. How far are we on? We have a month yet? Maybe 2? I don't know. It's been quite a while, and he's been watching for a long time now. And every time I see him on, or almost every time, make sure that we're still on the same track, because that old thing about it takes a village is absolutely true. And if you're doing something and you have help, you're going to rock it. Been a while. A while is good. Alrighty, so you got to tell people what you do. If you are dedicated to your craft, you're good at it as far as you know, you love what you do, you want to do more of it, but you don't tell anybody, nobody's going to give a rat's ass. Kilt accessories and scotch. Well, money well spent there, Kevin. You gotta tell people what you do, because if you want to do what you love, you have to be able to make money, because we all have bills. We got a mortgage, we got electric, we got whatever other silliness we got to pay for. Got to be able to market yourself. You have to be able to say, this is what I do, this is what I love, and I want to help other people do the same thing. Unless your job happens to be nothing more than holding concrete on the ground, means standing still and doing nothing, you got to tell people. If you are a public speaker, God knows you got to tell people, because those gigs are not easy to come by. If you're a teacher, go teach. If you're a bricklayer, go tell people you lay bricks and go get a job laying bricks. But you have to ultimately tell people. And if you don't have the confidence, and this is how I'm tying it into everything else, if you don't have the confidence to say to a stranger, hi, this is what I do. Do you need these services, or do you know anybody that does? If you don't have the confidence to walk up to somebody and say that, then you're going to never, ever get to do what you want. You have to be able to walk up and clearly articulate what it is that you do and what you want to do. Ultimately, the goal is when you see someone or you have a customer, they don't care what you do. They do not give a rat's ass. What they care about is fixing a problem that they have. For instance, as all of you know, I like to do motivational, inspirational type speaking, where the ultimate goal is the people listening get off their ass and take an action. Do something that they otherwise were not doing. I spoke with someone tonight, and at a networking event, and we're talking, just, what do you do, blah, 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 and she's like, well, that's awesome. I have several new employees. They just don't get it. They don't know what it is to go talk to someone and try to convince them that they need your service. And I'm like, it's simple. Figure out what they do, figure out what their problems are, and then figure out how your particular service or product can fix that problem. In this particular case, I'm like, listen, I can come talk to these people. We'll get them hooked up, because if they can do live videos on Facebook regularly, they can do damn near anything. because it's very difficult for people who do not like to do things publicly to do what I'm doing right now. It took a long time for me to get from where I used to be. My first public speech was in 1994. I was in college. It was in a class called Teamwork and Leadership, and it was horrible. Absolutely horrible. I was in a thrift store blue suit thing that was poorly ironed, and I bombed that like it was not even funny. I was trying to read a script printed with a daisy wheel printer, for those of you who knows what those are. It was a disaster. I was absolutely horrible. I would be nowhere where I am right now, like I'm doing right now. Nothing like that. It was just a wreck. So that was 1993. It's 2017. That's what? Damn near 25 years. That's how long it took me to get from suck to not suck as bad. Nowhere near awesome, but I'm not at suck. So you got to take the time. But the purpose of that story was that I got nowhere for a long time, 15, 20 years, until I realized, I really like doing this. I like getting in front of people. And then I took the action. I knew that I liked being in front of people for a long time, but I didn't take the action. And I took that action, and I started talking and working and doing this kind of thing. And then it was only a couple of months ago, I told somebody, sure, I can do that presentation. I would love to teach that class. And now, granted, I've been doing this show for 102, almost a year, half a year now? Almost a half a year. And it's only been a couple of months that I've been doing this professionally. Sorry, Kevin's asking, wait, how would we record it to do something in a kilt? Kevin, I need more information. I don't know what that means. So it took 25 years for me to go from suck to not suck so bad to tell somebody that I do this. So by telling one person, and okay, so 25 years, long ass time. This little bit at the end, I said, I love doing this. And I told somebody, I've had 5 or 6 speaking gigs, and I've got tons more that are coming up. Some of them might even be paid if I'm lucky. Most of them are helping to teach a class on doing this social media stuff. But it takes time, it takes effort. But if I had told someone 20 years ago, I think I would be doing much better. But no, I didn't. I was afraid. I was not confident in myself. I was not confident in my abilities to articulate what I do, to speak clearly, to interact with people effectively, to get my point across clearly, and to not sound like a dumbass. It took a long time for me to get to where I am now. I'm saying that because it's going to take you, hopefully not 25 years, but it's going to take a little while. So practice, practice, practice. And when you get to a point where you think you are halfway to where you want to be, start telling people what you do, because that is when you can start getting business doing what you do. If you're a leather worker and you're like, well, I think I'm halfway okay, go find somebody, because people will buy halfway okay. Not many people buy suck. Everybody will buy awesome. But you can't wait till you're awesome to start making money, because if you wait that long, you'll never get to awesome because you can't afford it. When you get to halfway okay, start telling people that you do whatever it is you do. Somebody will pay you for it. Whatever it is. That is when you know you're on the right track. So, get out there. As I've said, practice, 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 master your craft. Work on your confidence, but then start telling people what you do. Tell them. Work very hard so you can clearly articulate what it is that you do in a very short amount of time. If you have questions about this kind of stuff, please ask me. I will be more than happy to help you, give you tips, pointers, whatever. I'm starting to find people all over Instagram and Facebook that are doing stuff. I'm like, listen, try this other thing. It works a little better. All of them are like, dude, and they're following me now. So practice, practice, practice. And when you get decent, I mean, decent, not awesome. You don't need to be Tchaikovsky, or you don't need to be Tony Robbins to get paid to do your thing. You just need to be good. Halfway good and you're all set. So if somebody put up a Kiltology, because once you're halfway good, I want to get a Kiltology done. But when you get halfway good, tell people. When you tell people, you will be awesome. You will get paid to do what you love, and you'll get better, because when you start getting an income from what you love, you put more interest and more time and effort into that thing, because a little bit of money for being halfway good leads to a shit ton of money for being awesome. You want to be awesome. So, I know there's a few folks. Angela, I don't know where my guitar is. I think it's in the house somewhere. But you got volume 2, so we'll kick that one off. Remember, today's moral of the story. Tell people what the hell you do. Figure it out, and you can do this. I'll actually do another one of these in maybe in a day or two on how to do that. Alrighty. Nope, those all suck. Alrighty. Okay, we'll go this one. It doesn't match so great, but you know what? Dave, you're hilarious. I haven't gotten 3 done yet. God only knows number 4 is going to take a little while, and I'm still trying to mess with the way that number 3 is going to work. So, Kiltology number 264. The power of the kilt. This works with today's topic because it, without speaking, tells people. And it's very important. If you can tell people what you do without talking, it's even better because you don't get tongue-tied. There's a group of women who hate the kilt in every way possible. I have discovered why. The kilt is the great equalizer. It renders the powers of feminine wiles useless against the kilt wearer, effectively giving men the same alluring powers women have enjoyed since the dawn of time. It evens the playing field on which women have dominated for far too long. Yes, the power of the kilt compels you. What does that mean? That means this piece of clothes completely counteracts the whole feminine wiles thing. Tornado. Oh, crap. Brian, be safe out there. Be safe. I don't want you guys. I've been in tornadoes. They suck. You guys stay safe in Dayton. I've been through Dayton 10, 15 times. Stay safe out there. So, that's it. I want to let you guys go. Brian needs to go duck and cover. And I don't want to keep anybody who's out in Tornado Alley out here too long, because if there's a tornado warning, God only knows they suck. You don't want to be caught in those. So get out there. Tell people what you do. Master your craft. Be confident in yourself. Make sure you are confident. Because if you're confident in what you do, confident in what you say, people are going to believe it. They're going to trust you, and they're going to be with you, or they want to be you. Both are good. So be strong. Put a kilt on. Stay safe tonight, all those out with tornadoes.